If you've lived in Louisville for any length of time, you know we love our bridges. Here's a beautiful light and fireworks display against the backdrop of one such bridge, taken this summer as I sailed with my family under it on the Belle of Louisville. As reported last Friday in the Echo, Mr. Jackson rides his bike across this bridge to work every week. This summer, I walked across one of America's most famous bridges, the Brooklyn Bridge. It was under construction. Last month, the Department of Transportation earmarked $27 billion to repair aging bridges across the country. And it's needed too. Last week, this bridge collapse in Pittsburgh made headlines. In 1965, another bridge made headlines as the infamous site of Bloody Sunday. It was on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, named for a U.S. Senator, Confederate general, and KKK leader, where marching nonviolent civil rights demonstrators were violently attacked by law enforcement officers with horses, clubs, and tear gas. 3 protest marches in all took place between Selma and Montgomery, Alabama, leading to passage of the Voting Rights Act. Civil rights icon John Lewis was one of the marchers. You can check out his story in the March graphic novel trilogy, the follow-up graphic novel Run, His Truth is Marching On, and this collection of final reflections, Carry On. Lewis passed away in 2020. My family stopped by the Edmund Pettus Bridge this June as we drove from Selma to Montgomery. The bridge is still named after the KKK leader. At the Selma Interpretive Center, my 9-year-old son Amos was horrified to learn that the clubs used at the bridge on Bloody Sunday were used on black boys his age and younger. In Montgomery, we drove by Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. preached. King knew that for change to happen, you have to build bridges, and you can't avoid difficult conversations. That's why I wanted my children to visit these landmarks. While in Montgomery, our family visited the Legacy Museum and the National Memorial for Peace and Justice. The latter, a memorial for every documented lynching victim in our country's history. Organized by state and county, visitors can find the names of thousands of victims engraved on planks hanging inside the memorial. As you wind through, the planks, like nooses, rise higher and higher. Here are planks from McLean, Davis, and Breckinridge counties, where I have my roots. The Blood of Emmett Till tells the story of one 14-year-old lynching victim whose murder galvanized the civil rights movement in the 1950s. Check it out from the Trinity Library. Down the road from the memorial is the Legacy Museum, which connects the dots from our country's history of slavery to mass incarceration today. How can we build better bridges to promote healthy interracial dialogue around disparities like these? The first step for many of us is to read a book like Jason Reynolds' Stamped on the history of racism, how it impacts all of us today, and how we can make progress. If you read no other book from this segment, read Stamped.